Well, we were introduced to Imperial sign in 1996 or 7, and they've done every sign for us since that time. The service, both from Jim and his dad, has been exemplary. Each time we've asked, we get quick service, good pricing, and quality work. You get some out-of-valley sign companies. They're a little bit surprised by how aggressive some of the cities can be in enforcing certain sign programs. Jim is very good at dealing with every city that we deal in and handling our sign needs.
It's very difficult for an individual to go to the city and get their permit and get their approval. They cannot really get the permit, but they can get their basic approval. I think most people get tired of trying to do that because it's back and forth, a lot of legwork. Well, over the years, we've developed a good rapport with these cities. We don't pull the wool over their eyes. We are very honest and forthcoming. We present the facts so that they trust us, and we never want to ruin that trust. So when we supply the city with a drawing, with some measurements, some color, we try, and the reason for this is we try to minimize the trips to the city. So when they see us coming, they say, oh gee, here comes Imperial Sign Company. They usually do the job right the first time. We are in and out of the cities probably faster than anybody else. And we pride ourselves on being straightforward and truthful, and that's how we get the job done. Our license, which is a C45 electric sign contracting license, covers all of the necessary certifications, which again is the engineering, the excavation, and of course the fabrication installation at the final deal. Under that C45 we can do all this work, and if we have to hook up the electrical, which will be brought out to us, we also have a C10 license that allows us to hook that up to the panel box that's there.
It's doing business with Imperial Sign about 21 years ago, maybe 22. They did such a great job that every time there's a need for a sign or for a neon or for anything, we just call them. They're very knowledgeable and they do an excellent job. Very good company to do business with. Sometimes it takes longer to get the permit than it does build the sign. So that is a very important part of the sign industry and a very important part of what sign company you're using. We're very familiar with these things after all these years. Well, the sign was designed by an architect. So they get the plans and they go over there, they see if they can do it, and they give you a price for it. Well, first of all, every city has a sign ordinance. And you have to have a city license in every little city in this valley, which we do. Not only that, we have a contractor's license. But to get a sign approved in these cities, number one, you have to go to the property owner. And normally he has a sign criteria, or some sort of sign criteria that states the type of sign you can have, the size of the sign, and you take that and it's on file usually on file with each of these cities. You take that information to each city and you present that with a detailed...
Work here for 30 years. They do all the sign work, they do repairs, they do repairs at the car wash, and they're excellent people to do business with.
We do signs of all kinds, from a simple real estate type sign that you can just stick in the ground to the sign that we did for the Riverside County Date Festival, an illuminated double-sided marquee. Got a request from a sign vendor to do some work for a local pharmacy here, CVS Pharmacy. It was a big banner. It was about 8 by 40 feet long, and that was a task. But we enjoyed it. So it was a little bit different from our standard sizes, 2 by 10, 4 by 8, and we also installed that. So it took a couple guys to install. I want to tell you a little bit about the things that we've done and the areas that we've done them at. For example, Lamppost Pizza, which is an illuminated, multicolored sign. Touched by an Angel, which is a sign face that we did for an illuminated cabinet. Monument signs at Point Happy, rock structures that we put individual letters that we halo lit them. Another facet of our business is we'll get a call from one of our good vendors here, Medicine Development. They'll call us and have us make changes to their signage because they move from one area to another, leasing out properties. So we'll do overlays and get them changed and get it back out to the property and then get them up and running.
Well, in the old days, if you wanted to make a plastic cutout letters, you had to use carbon paper. You would have your pattern maker make the pattern for the letters. Then you'd have to put the pattern on top of the carbon, on top of the plastic, and hand trace it out. Now, you put the plastic on the table, punch the numbers in the computer, and the computer makes it all for you in precision.
We have a complete shop. That means we design it, we go out into our shop and we make the actual working manufacturing patterns. We either send it to the plastic department, the neon department, the aluminum or steel fabrication department, and eventually after the painting department, it goes out to one of our boom trucks and we take it out to the site and we install it. It's very important to remember that we fabricate it and we install and service our own products. I don't think there's many sign companies in a 100-mile radius that do that. It's total service.
I have customers that call me and say, "Jim, do your magic," and the magic could run the gamut from anything. It could be doing a non-illuminated sign. It could be doing an illuminated sign. I guess magic to one person might be just making it look proportional and nice in their eyes. Magic to another person is maybe a little bit more mechanical, something that's different color contrast. I have a good discerning clientele. I pretty much know what they're looking for, what they want, and I know what magic means to them. And when they're happy and pay the bill, it solidifies the magic.
Well, there are a lot of large sign companies with the physical aspect of it, with the size of the building, the size of their lot for storage and so forth. But the equipment that we have here is equal to equipment they have in the finest shops there is in the United States. So everything here is the most modern and up-to-date that you can possibly buy for the industry. And the thing is, everything is in-house here. They don't order anything in. It's all manufactured right here on this property right here.
Jim tells us they have a very innovative sign program across the valley, making sure the lights on all of their signs stay lit, and have even added parking lot lighting to the program to help with safety and security issues.
It's a monthly maintenance. It's really for security too, for the city and for the people here. Having the lights on, a lot of times when lights are off, things happen. So it's a continual thing that they monitor and install and maintain all the fixtures here in the center.
My customers have that peace of mind, and they know on their sign or check on their parking lot lights to make sure things are working properly.
All my light maintenance, everything, and all the signs. I don't think I've ever had anybody do a sign other than Imperial sign.
You know, I've been dealing with Jim and Jim Jr. For almost 20 years here with this 111 La Quinta Shopping Center, and I think they've almost put every sign on all my buildings here over those past years, and including just most recently, the last year, taking over all the lighting here on my center.
They take care of everything. They take care of all the paperwork and everything.
We try to make it simple for the customer. When we write our contract, we say, this is how much a sign's going to be, this is how much the installation is, this is your sales tax, this is your permit fee. You just make a deal with us and we take the ball from there all the way through the process, all the way back out to your location and install it on your wall.
Jim tells us about some of the new technology in the sign industry today.
As you can see, we have quite an investment in equipment, and this is a remote control type basket where the operators can actually pick themselves up along with the product that we fabricate and put it up on the wall, up even as high as 20, 30 feet, as you can see. In addition to that, This rig is made with special apparatus to where we can hook on to pole signs or signs that are mounted freestanding and pick them up also. This basket here will rotate left, right, up, down, and extend, as I said before, out 60 to 80 feet, whatever the application is. Without this, we would be hard pressed, or we should go back to the old days when we had to use long ladders and to achieve the same outcome. You know, in the old days, this job would take long extension ladders and 2 pieces of equipment, possibly 3 and 4 people. Nowadays, with this new equipment, we can achieve the same thing with this one new state-of-the-art piece of equipment and 2 men. And not only that, it's very, very safe, and it meets all of the safety regulations of today's OSHA requirements. You can see here that the people that are in this basket control this thing, and it controls the engine of the truck. You can put the sign on it, you can take the sign down, you can move in, out, and around without even using a ladder. So that's how nice this new equipment is. It costs a heck of a lot, but it's well worth it. You can see by the size of this boom can handle pick up nearly 8,000 pounds. And to keep it from tipping over, we have these hydraulic outriggers that keep it stabilized. Without these, the boom would go over. In addition, we can operate this thing from here, which is the controls on the truck, or the controls at the basket. The truck itself is rated at 26,000 GVW with a big Ford diesel engine, and this diesel engine runs all the time. In addition to that type of a service, we have a welder, a generator, and all the other necessary things that you would need on a job to install signs. This is the welder generator with the controls right here that you could easily accessible right here to the ground. Our man can plug in and get auxiliary power. Not only that, this bed is long enough and heavy duty enough to take and transport signs from one location to another. We go out a 100-mile radius many times when we need to load our trucks up with the sign itself and haul it to the location and also install it. So this is quite a versatile rig. You can service with it, you can weld with it, you can install with it. It's very, very safe, and it's very economical to drive. You have to work hard. I think it's like raising kids, and I think you can't do everything for them. You have to kind of let them stumble a little bit. And I think if you stumble long enough, you'll learn. And if you learn, you keep the wolves away from the door. And again, hard work. And a lot of common sense.
I want a happy customer, and I want to feel like I've done them a good job. And I want them to call me back. And I want to retain that customer. I want the customer for life.
Well, we hope that you have learned something about this Coachella Valley business. We know we did. For the Coachella Valley Business Report, I'm Janet Rawl. See you next time.